Hey guys, welcome to a special tier ranking. As you can see, I am doing a ranking for the four biggest nerd franchises of all time. Yes, it's missing Marvel and stuff, but I'll do Marvel tier ranking probably near the end of the year or something. Maybe when Doctor Strange comes out, who the fuck knows? I did an up-to-date Marvel ranking, but I know most people might be thinking like, "Oh, what about a tier ranking? I've done a Marvel tier ranking all in time." But I'm, killing four birds with one stone with this one. This is my Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter tier ranking. So all the Star Wars theatrical release movies, all the Star Trek theatrical release movies, the the Middle Earth movies, and the Wizarding World films, Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts. All these movies together ranked from S to F. Yes, S being the worst, F being no, S being the best, F being the worst. Oh god, I gotta learn my alphabets. So yeah, let's just get to this. I'm gonna start with Star Wars. There are in order from which they were released for the Star Wars films, and what came out first was 1977 Star Wars, which is the easiest S tier I can give. This began the Star Wars franchise. It was our hope, our new hope, I guess, but um, it's not a perfect movie, but to me, it's almost a perfect movie. It's a perfect nerd sci-fi fantasy film. It's a great hero's journey. It establishes great characters, a great villain and Darth Vader, great space battles, and it opens this world up to a great and seems to be never-ending franchise. Empire Strikes Back is also an S tier. It's one of my favorite films of all time. Everyone knows Empire Strikes Back is like the greatest Star Wars film ever made. Return of the Jedi is A tier. I love it. I think what weighs it down are like the Ewoks and the opening act lasting too long. But I think all the stuff with Luke and Darth Vader and the Emperor is probably some of the greatest moments in all Star Wars, and it's an amazing, epic conclusion to the original trilogy. Then we have the prequels. I have such a rocky relationship with the prequels. When they came out, I loved them. As time went by, I hated them. And now I appreciate them. Like I have such a weird relationship. One time in my life I thought they were some of the best Star Wars films because I grew up with them because I'm a 90s kid. I was born in 1991, so I was a perfect age for these films. And they were some of my favorite Star Wars films. But as I got older into my teens, I'm like, these are the worst. These are terrible. But then after these films came out, I'm just like, wow, these movies are actually not that bad. And I actually have a much more appreciation for them for the most part. Like Phantom Menace, I'm going to put in the B tier. I think Darth Maul is a great villain. I think Qui-Gon Jinn is an interesting character. I think there's great concept and great ideas, and I think it has one of the best John Williams scores in any Star Wars film. And there's great action, and there's great world building and stuff. There's just a lot of stupid things like Jar Jar Binks and Queen Amidala and Anakin Skywalker and yeah, just some Gungan shit and political things that mean nothing. And just there's a lot of dumb shit, but there's still a lot of great shit. And I still have fond memories, and I can still watch Phantom Menace now and have fun with it. Attack of the Clones, not so much. Attack of the Clones is a bad movie. It's still a bad movie. Jango Fett is pretty cool. The Geonosis fight is pretty cool as well, but as a boring lightsaber battle, it is filled with a dreadful romance between Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman. The Obi-Wan stuff is fun, but the movie focuses so much on Anakin and Padme, and it is insufferable. It is so bad. The CGI does not hold up. There's a lot of just really dumb and confusing things. The film may have good things in it, but it's a pretty insufferable film, and it's super long. It's a drag. If I watch the prequels, I skip Attack of the Clones. Revenge of the Sith, though, is good. I like Revenge of the Sith. I think the cringy romance is still there, but there's a lot of good shit in this film. You know what? I put it in the A tier. Fuck it. I'm gonna do it. Clone Wars movie. The show is good, but the movie is not very good. Like as a film, it doesn't work. As a show, it really works. Force Awakens. At a time, it was here, but now it's. I'll put it here. There's good stuff in it. I love Finn as a character. I love some of the action. I love the score. I love Kylo Ren in the very beginning. Like I think he's a great introduction villain. I think Rey ruins pretty much most of the film. And some people love her. I do not. Rogue One though. Rogue One's good. Rogue One has some boring moments here and there. There's a lot of side characters I don't like, but I like Jyn Erso as a character. I like Donnie Yen, and I love K2SO, and I think the entire third act is pretty epic. But there is some sloggish things you really have to cry through for Rogue One. But I still think it's good. Last Jedi is not good. Interesting ideas, interesting concepts, but they do what a Star Wars movie should never do is just demolish everything you were trying to build up to. Solo is just a boring movie. Like what? Like we didn't need this movie. It's one of the most useless movies ever made. And then Rise of Skywalker is the F tier Star Wars movie. It's an absolute abysmal of a film. So there we go. That's my tier Star Wars ranking, all over the board. Now for Star Trek. Star Trek, the motion picture. Star Trek, the motion picture is is a pretty boring film, but it's very ambitious. There's ideas I really like, and I respect it. It's not a movie I can watch a lot, by no means, but I respect it. I'll put it in the C tier. Wrath of Khan, S. Best Star Trek movie ever made. Anytime Nicholas Meyer was involved with Star Trek, it was gold. Khan, so good. Search for Spock, super underrated film. It's very underrated. Love Search for Spock. Really enjoy Christopher Lloyd as the Spock. Is the not as the Spock, as the Klingon. He's great. Voyage Home, funniest Star Trek movie ever made. Final Frontier, one of the worst Star Trek movies ever made. Just they're trying to find God. Like, what kind of stupid bullshit is that? But the opening is kind of funny. Undiscovered Country, that's another A tier. I fucking think that's an epic film right there. Fucking amazing. Generations, I think it's got its moments. There's dumb moments, especially with Data trying to be funny. He's not funny. But and when they go into the Nexus, is kind of cool. And Kirk and Picard talking, and that's fun. How Kirk dies is just ridiculous, though. First Contact, A tier, amazing. That is the best Next Generation film. Insurrection, hey, Rise of Skywalker, you have a buddy. Nemesis, underrated. I like Nemesis. I like Tom Hardy, and I like this thing, the story about what if Picard was raised by Romulans. It's fascinating. It's really fascinating. Yes, I know as an ending to Next Generation's a little underwhelming, but I still really enjoy the film. Very underrated. All right, the J.J. Abrams movies. Again, I have a rocky relationship with them. Like I there's times I love them and times I hate them, and now I'm just like they're okay. First one is fine. I think it's decent opening to this new kind of alternate universe Star Trek movie. But my God, Into Darkness is a bad film. It's a really bad movie. It basically just tries to be Wrath of Khan and just utterly fails at it. But beyond, I'll put in the C tier. Beyond, I love the buddy story with McCoy and Leonard McCoy and Spock. That's kind of fun, but it's just so ridiculous. It's written by Justin Lin, and it's very Fast and the Furious feeling. It's kind of dumb. But yeah, I don't really want to see any more with the J.J. Abrams Star Trek universe. Just yeah, I'm good, thanks. Now it's time for the Middle Earth movies. Lord of the Rings. Fellowship of the Ring is S tier. It's one of the great epic openings to a great franchise. It's the establishment of Fellowship and the One Ring to rule them all. Gandalf, one of my favorite characters. The scene with the Balrog and the Mines of Moria is fucking amazing. It's a 3-hour film that just flies by. It's just so good. Two Towers is also fantastic. It's definitely one of the weaker ones, but still great fucking movie. The Battle of Helm's Deep is just so epic, and just, I love it. Return of the King S tier, just it's the Lord of the Rings trilogy is just such an amazing trilogy, and there's like little to nothing wrong with Lord of the Rings trilogy. It's an amazing, like, 9.5 hour journey, and just, I love it. The Hobbit, on the other hand, the first one is the best, I think. I think An Unexpected Journey is kind of fun. I love this, like, story about Bilbo and the Shire, and he goes on this adventure with Thorin and his dwarves. And they're trying to get their home back and stuff. It's enjoyable, and the stuff with Bilbo and Gollum in the third act is fun. There's some fun action, fun music. However, the sequels are they're just I don't hate them, but they're very generic films. The Desolation and the Smog and the Battle of Five Armies. They're just overly bloated and just very generic, and you don't know what the hell's happening half the time. There's fun stuff in it, and there's stuff I like, but it's not Lord of the Rings. Now it's time for Harry Potter. The Wizarding World, full of Philosopher's Stone or Sorcerer's Stone, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I love it. A tier. It's a great introduction to Harry Potter and the world of Hogwarts, and Harry and Hermione and Ron and Hagrid and Dumbledore and the classes and stuff. It's great. And Chamber of Secrets is also really good. It's not as good as that first film, but I love the introduction to, like, Kenneth Branagh, his character. Oh my god, Gilderoy Lockhart. He's one of my favorite characters. I love him. He's just such a doofus. Um, I love that you get to know more about the history of Slytherin and the founders of Hogwarts and stuff, and the basilisks. The basilisk fight is just super cool. Prisoner of Azkaban, favorite Harry Potter. It's when it got darker, more interesting, brought in the time travel. Fucking love it. Goblet of Fire, the Triwizard Tournament, Goblet of Fire, amazing. This is when the story is really kicking off and bringing in Voldemort and stuff. Just, I love it. Order of the Phoenix, definitely one of the weaker Harry Potters, still very good. Half-Blood Prince, B tier, still a good movie. The whole thing with Snape and everything, diving more to the details, the backstory of Tom Riddle, really good stuff. And then we got Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2, which are both A tier. They're both amazing. They're both fantastic films. What a great conclusion to the Harry Potter franchise. Then we have Fantastic Beasts, which are not that great. Yeah, Fantastic Beasts, where to find them is just. I love Jacob, and Newt Scamander seems like an okay character, and like they're establishing like more like the American world, the Wizarding world. It's so not interesting. I just don't give a shit. Crimes of Grindelwald, I think, is just a fucking terrible film. Just there's like 9 plot lines, and I don't know what the fuck's happening. And Secrets of Dumbledore's, it's like the mixture of a two. It's not that good. They should have just stopped. There we go. There's my tier ranking. Let's put these in order. For the S tier, this is hard now. I got a Star Wars movie in there, I got a Star Trek movie in there, I got Lord of the Rings movies and Harry Potter. I got a little bit of everything that's in there. But what's the best? I gotta say, Empire and Star Wars are the best. But I have to, I gotta say it. And I'm going this. Yeah, Empire, Star Wars, Fellowship, Return of the King, Prisoner of Azkaban, Wrath of Khan. Like, these are the definitive best of their franchises. Like, every time I think of, like, what's the best Star Wars movies, it's Empire Strikes Back and Star Wars. Like, that's like the best. What's the best Lord of the Rings movies? Fellowship and Return of the King. Come on now. Harry Potter, what's the best? Prisoner of Azkaban. What's the best Star Trek movie? Wrath of Khan. Easily. So there we go. And in the A tier, we got a little. I think we got a little bit of everything now. Once again, what's the best in the A tier? It's got to be Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 and Part 1. For me, they're just amazing, amazing films. And then I gotta go Harry Potter again, Philosopher's Stone. Then I'm going First Contact next. Then I'm going Return of the Jedi, Revenge of the Sith, then Voyage Home, Undiscovered Country, Goblet of Fire, Two Towers. There, A tier. Like, these are all amazing films. Just not quite on the S tier, but all amazing. All amazing. And now the B tier. The B tier. The Harry Potter movies gotta be on the top. Like, so I'm gonna put Half-Blood Prince, Chamber of Secrets, Order of the Phoenix at the top of the B tier. Then Rogue One. Then Search for Spock, Nemesis. Then Phantom Menace. Then Last Big Journey. Then Star Trek. Yeah, these are all good movies. I think they're very good. They all have their issues and their problems, but they're still good. Now the C tier. I'm gonna put the motion picture because it's more ambitious than a lot of these films, and then Generations, and then I'm gonna put the Hobbit movies at least. Then the Hobbit films, then Fantastic Beasts, and there we go. So yeah, that's the C tier. They're okay. They're okay films. Now the D tier. These are bad movies. They're all bad, but they're not quite as like failure bad. They're just bad. They're just bad films. I'm gonna put Clone Wars on the top because it's not quite its fault. Then I'm gonna put The Final Frontier. Then Attack of the Clones, then Solo, then Into the Darkness, Last Jedi at the bottom, easily. So what's the worst? There's no Lord of the Rings movies on here, no Middle Earth. We have a Star Trek movie, a Star Wars movie, and we got a Fantastic Beasts movie. What is the I'm gonna put Crimes of Grindelwald top of F tier. I gotta do it. Rise of Skywalker is the worst. Out of anything Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter related, Rise of Skywalker is the worst of the fucking worst. It is an abysmal film. Insurrection's still awful too, though. So here we go. There it is. My tier ranking for the 4 nerdiest franchises: Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, and Harry Potter. Here we go. We got the S, the A, B, C, D, F. I know, like, these are very loved franchises, and there's like huge, big fans for all of these movies, which is completely understandable. So I know the comment section will get very passionate. And that's good. That's fine. So let me know in the comment section below. Please tell me, what is your favorite Star Wars movie, favorite Harry Potter movie, favorite Lord of the Rings movie, Star Trek movie? Let me know. Let me know your least favorites. Let me know. And what do you think is the better franchise? What do you think is the best franchise? According to this tier ranking, I don't know, like, I don't know how to average all this out because it's pretty spread. It's all pretty spread, pretty equally. But I would say Lord of the Rings has more of like the upper edge, and Harry Potter. Harry Potter, just Harry Potter, but the Fantastic Beasts movies really damage Harry Potter. I think Harry Potter would have the best average, but those Fantastic Beasts movies really destroy it. So, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what I would consider the best. I still would say maybe I'd still say maybe like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings for me, but like let me know in the comment section below what's the best franchise. Let me know, comment below, let me know. As always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.